The wind carries whispers, secrets from forgotten places. These whispers are not just sounds but echoes of stories long lost to time. They tell tales of lives once lived, of laughter and sorrow, of dreams and despair. The wind is a keeper of memories, a silent witness to the passage of time. Places where the sun hesitates, where shadows linger long after it's gone. These are the places where the past and present intertwine, where the boundary between reality and the unknown blurs. The sun's rays struggle to penetrate the thick canopy of the forest, casting long, eerie shadows that dance with the wind. The buildings, once vibrant with life, now stand as silent sentinels, watching over the remnants of a forgotten era. Villages swallowed by silence, lost to time and memory, or so we thought. These places, though abandoned, are not truly empty. They are filled with the presence of those who once called them home. The overgrown ruins whisper of a time when children played in the streets, when families gathered around the hearth. The decaying houses, covered in vines, stand as monuments to the passage of time, each one telling a story of its own. There's a darkness hidden beneath the surface of these forgotten places. A darkness that holds secrets, waiting to be uncovered. The underground tunnels, once bustling with activity, now lie in eerie silence, their walls echoing with the footsteps of the past. The dark alleyways, shrouded in mystery, hide stories of their own, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover them. The dilapidated buildings, with their dark corners, hold the memories of those who once sought refuge within their walls. A palpable chill that seeps into your bones, a sense of dread that tightens its grip with every step you take. The foggy landscape, devoid of life, creates an atmosphere of unease. As you walk through the abandoned village at dusk, the silence is deafening, broken only by the sound of your own footsteps. The chill in the air is not just from the cold, but from the sense of dread that permeates the place. Every shadow seems to hide a secret, every corner a story waiting to be told. It calls to something primal within us, a fear of the unknown that lurks just beyond the veil of reality. The dark, mysterious forest path beckons, drawing you in with its promise of secrets and mysteries. The eyes filled with fear reflect the primal instinct to flee from the unknown. Yet there is a pull, a curiosity that keeps you moving forward. The shadowy figure in the distance is a reminder that we are never truly alone, that the past is always with us, whispering in the wind. Across the world, they lie abandoned. These places, once teeming with life, now stand as silent sentinels of a bygone era. From the mist-choked valleys of the Scottish Highlands, where the fog rolls in like a ghostly shroud, to the sun-bleached deserts of the American Southwest, where the relentless sun beats down on empty streets, these ghost towns stand as stark reminders of a past shrouded in mystery. Each broken window, each crumbling facade whispers a silent story. The walls, now covered in dust and decay, once echoed with the sounds of daily life. They were once vibrant communities, filled with life, laughter, and hope. Streets bustled with activity, children played in the yards, and families gathered for meals. Now only echoes remain. Echoes of laughter turned to screams, of joy replaced by unimaginable terror. The reasons for their abandonment are as varied as the towns themselves. Natural disasters, economic collapse, or even tales of hauntings. The very air feels heavy, laden with the weight of unspeakable tragedy. Walking through these places, one can almost hear the whispers of the past, feel the presence of those who once called these towns home. The silence is deafening, a stark contrast to the vibrant life that once was. These ghost towns serve as a poignant reminder of the impermanence of human endeavors and the ever-present shadow of time that eventually claims all. Step into these deserted streets and you'll feel it. An unnerving stillness, broken only by the mournful creak of a rusty swing set or the clatter of a stray can kicked down an empty road. Buildings stand frozen in time, homes where families once gathered, now filled with dust and silence. Schools where children once laughed and learned, now echoing with the ghosts of forgotten lessons. Churches where prayers once rose, now home only to the hollow whispers of the damned. It's the silence that gets to you, a suffocating silence that seems to press in from all sides, amplifying every rustle of leaves, every creak of timber. A silence so profound it feels almost unnatural. This silence speaks volumes. It speaks of sudden departures, of lives interrupted, It hints at unseen horrors, at things best left undisturbed. It's a silence that begs you to turn back, to flee while you still can. Section 5, Scars on the Land. Some say these villages were cursed, struck by plagues, ravaged by fire, or driven mad by forces unknown. The land itself bears the scars of their suffering. Fields lie fallow, poisoned by some unseen blight. Wells run dry, their depths choked with something more sinister than earth. The very air seems to hum with a subtle, malevolent energy. Section 6, The Weight of Shadows. As the sun begins its descent, casting long, eerie shadows across the deserted streets, you'll feel a shiver run down your spine. The temperature drops and the air grows thick with anticipation. It's in these twilight hours that the veil between worlds grows thin, when the whispers on the wind become clearer, more insistent, when the shadows themselves seem to writhe and lengthen, taking on sinister shapes that dance at the edge of your vision. Section 7, Whispered Legends. Every village has its stories, dark tales whispered around campfires, passed down through generations like a macabre inheritance. Tales of sudden disappearances, of gruesome discoveries, of unspeakable rituals conducted beneath the pale light of the moon. Some dismiss them as folklore, nothing more than the ramblings of superstitious minds. But others know better. They've seen the truth hidden within the shadows, felt the icy breath of something ancient and evil. Section 8, Unseen Eyes. You're never truly alone in these forsaken places. You can feel them watching you. Unseen eyes tracking your every move from the shadows, their gaze filled with a mixture of curiosity and malice. A fleeting glimpse of movement in a shattered window. A soft whisper that seems to originate from the very air around you. A cold spot that follows you as you move. They're always there, lurking just beyond the reach of your senses. Section 9, The Approaching Night. As darkness falls, the true nature of these abandoned villages is revealed. The shadows deepen, consuming everything in their path. The wind howls like a banshee, carrying with it the screams of the forgotten. Panic sets in. The urge to flee, to escape the suffocating darkness, becomes overwhelming. But there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You're trapped, a prisoner in this desolate and unforgiving landscape. Section 10, The Truth Remains. In the heart of these desolate places, a chilling reality awaits discovery. They say the truth is stranger than fiction. But here, in these forsaken villages, the truth is not just strange, it is terrifying. In these forgotten villages, the line between reality and nightmare blurs. The streets, once filled with life, now echo with the memories of what once was. The past and present collide, and the horrors that unfolded here linger like a toxic fog. Every corner, every shadow holds a story of despair and dread. The whispers intensify, becoming screams. The air grows thick with the weight of untold stories, each more horrifying than the last. The shadows solidify, taking on grotesque forms, faces twisted in agony, figures that defy explanation. And then silence, the unsettling, absolute silence of a truth too terrible to comprehend. It is a silence that speaks volumes, a silence that chills to the bone. The truth that remains, hidden in the heart of these forgotten villages, waiting to claim its next victim. It is a truth that does not rest, a truth that haunts the very air. In the pages of old journals and the cryptic symbols etched into the walls, the truth is recorded. A truth that has been passed down through whispers and shadows. Those who dare to uncover it must tread carefully, for in seeking the truth they may find themselves ensnared by the very darkness they sought to understand. Time stands still in these places, as if the very fabric of reality has been torn. The truth remains, waiting, watching, and ever so patient. The cries of the past echo through the empty streets, a haunting reminder of the lives that were lost, the souls that were claimed. The village is surrounded by an impenetrable barrier of mist and shadow, as if the very land itself conspires to keep the truth hidden. Yet, in the darkness, there is a flicker of light, a hope that the truth, once uncovered, can bring peace to the restless spirits that haunt these villages. The map of the village tells a story of its own, with markings that indicate places of interest and danger. It is a guide for those brave enough to seek the truth. And as you walk these haunted streets, you can feel the eyes of the past watching, filled with a mix of fear and curiosity. The truth remains, waiting to be discovered. As dawn breaks and the first light of day pierces through the mist, the village seems to hold its breath. The truth remains, ever present, ever waiting.